Hello everyone, I'm ImKibitz and welcome back to Arknights Endfield, a 3D RTS RPG by Griffline, where humanity is building a new home on Talos-II, exploring, liberating, and expanding our industries across the new world. And once again, we're not going to focus on the strategic team combat stuff, we're focusing on the factories. We got our blueprints, fluids, belts, splitters, power, the whole enchilada. And I want to dive back in, setting up a new factory in the Wulang province. If you're interested in playing Arknights Enfield, it's available now on PlayStation 5, PC, and mobile. Click the link in the video description below to download Arknights Enfield today, and also to get all the release celebration bonuses. But anyway, thank you Griffline for sponsoring this video, and let's get to automating. So again, gonna skip over a lot of the lore stuff, but the TLDR, we are an Endministrator, here to stabilize this new world for humanity. And although a lot of progress has been made and it's looking beautiful, the world is still far from peaceful. And we need to build factories to repair our external facilities, defend the world, and also create equipment to help our party out. But it all starts with power. And I wanna make this one. The Wulang battery, a green power source, my favorite kind of power source. And how do we put together one of you? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a little involved, isn't it? But it's not too bad. We can use these seed picking units and planting units to get infinite greenery. The greenery gets refined into carbon, all the way up into this stabilized carbon, which can combine with some water, make the Zyronite. It's kind of like the special material in the Wulang province and why we're building here. Then we need to combine that with dense originium powder, which is like the main ore in the game, which we just shred down into a powder, go figure. Combine with more sand leaf, and there we go. Doesn't seem too bad at all. Barely an inconvenience. But some of the real craziness begins with this province's special feature, the sip, where you combine fluids, in this case water, with some carbon to actually make the Zyronite. But also what's pretty cool is you can use the water as like a gameplay mechanic, where you can fill certain areas, allows you to cross into different zones, or you can use the water in farming, because of course there's factories and farming, right? But look, we're not doing farming today, okay? I cannot. There's already so much to do here. So let's get started. We'll start with the simple stuff, which is just making those plant materials. So this is similar to what we did in the other province, where we get a seed picker, put the plants in there, and that'll create seeds. Seeds then go into a planting unit to grow the plant again, except with some of the plants, we can send that for further refinement. Others, we can loop back to the start of the system to get more seeds and start the process again. Cool thing is though, since we have fluids, we actually have different recipes as well. Because with the water, we could grow the Jin cow and the Zyazin stuff. But we're not messing with the sip right now. We're just using ye old traditional recipes to make sand leaf. But if you want to grow other stuff and make different solutions, you can actually make those into like food sources. And props to the artists for making these foods look absolutely phenomenal. And wait, Bizarro chili? Oh my gosh, I kind of want this. Stop, no chili, no meat soup. We want power, unlimited power. All right, so I'm not bringing the power actually to these machines yet. I want to set this up just so I know what I'm doing, and then we'll blueprint it, we'll spam. So let's say, for example, this machine's running, we have sand leaf. The next order of operations was to shred that stuff into the powder, right? Right. Oh, and this is even better. 1 sand leaf becomes 3 powder. So ratio-wise, we can use this sand leaf powder to do other things. Like some of it can go to a refinery. Oh, where we can turn it into carbon. Oh, so we don't even need the buck flour. We can just use this, easy peasy. The carbon that we need to shred again to make into carbon powder. When the ratio is 1 to 2, but then we have to grind the powder and combine it with some of the sand leaf powder, make the dense carbon powder, where finally we refine it all again to make it into the stabilized carbon. Holy smokes, that is a lot for half the production line. But what's really, really good, if you're looking at all the numbers in there, that little chain there only uses 2 of the 3 sand leaf powder. So the other sand leaf powder, oh, look at this, can go in to make the dense cube. Oh my gosh, wait, that means the numbers are like so nice. So not only is this most of the system, but it's all gonna balance itself out. No spreadsheets, no nothing. We're chilling. We will have to get the ore from our depot. Each of these giant pillars here has a depot inside and you can filter items out of it. Or we can at least get lots of items eventually. And then we'll just have to shred the ore down into the powder and grind it all together. And yeah, again, just looking at the ratios, it all works out if we have 2 shredding units. And that is pretty much the entire system. Let's blueprint it up. Now, we could use the game's blueprints. And you get these by completing the tutorials, which, might I add, are some of the best factory game tutorials I've ever played. But no, I wanna make my own. New blueprint time. And wait, would we just select stuff that we've already put down here and save it as a blueprint? Bruh, that's so convenient. I thought we'd go to like a blueprint making world or something. Well, that's great. Then let me just move stuff around a little bit and set it up properly. Just having things squished together, get the belts in place. And that's our system for iridium powder. Back at the planting station here. Let's just move the shredding unit in, get rid of the belt, tuck things in a bit more, and that's practically ready. And then wait a second. Is there a limit to how big we can make the blueprints? Like, could I just scan this whole thing? Oh, that's dangerous. That's so dangerous. Because if there's nothing to hold us back, then we can scale so quickly if we compact things a lot. So this is the exact same system now, except I've tried to make it as thin of a factory as physically possible. And once we turn this into a blueprint, we can just plop them down side by side all over the place and make as much power as we want. That's so cool. Oh, wait, power. I didn't include power poles in this thing. Oh my gosh, can we fit them? Is there enough room? Ooh, it's all part of the plan, brother. Of course we can. Probably should have thought about that one a little bit sooner though. But it's okay. Now that we're cooking with gas, we've got a few more things to do. First, clean up all of this other stuff real quick, because I want to start actually making the proper factory now. And the core of it is going to be a major bus, because this game is based around depots. We can get all the items we need out of the core there, or we can make a depot bus that does the exact same thing, but we can lay that across most of our factory. Now from here, we can attach depot loaders and unloaders to add and replace any items we want. Mix that with that blueprint we just created, and you're probably starting to pick up what I'm putting down. Now we have to clean this up too. But wait a second, it's still fine. We got bulk actions. We can select the whole thing again and stash it all at once. Now we can go back over this way and extend the depot across our entire factory area. Oh, but wait, I don't have any of the Arknight. I can't build the bus! No, it's the end of the world. Wait, the entire factory we've been prepping is to make the Arknight stuff. It's part of the batteries in our blueprint. It's pretty much self-sufficient. Oh yeah, we're chilling. Yeah, we just start the process by putting the seeds in there. We power the whole thing. Now, slowly but surely, seeds will copy themselves, refine, and we'll get the carbon we need. Just needs to scoot over to here. You see, it was all part of the plan. We're fine. Big chillin'. And eventually, once the refining's done, materials can go in there. I'm just thinking we'll probably need like a few of these setups running to actually fully run this machine, because we need how much of this carbon? We need 2 stabilized carbon to start its process. And this whole situation only makes 1. Since we got you, let's just make a second one. And finally, just need a bit of the sip. So pipe this way, my friend, so we can properly supply the forge. This takes a minute to warm up, but the machine over here is already working, which allows us to expand the bus. Oh, but wait, we're not making enough power in the province yet. We're draining our batteries. Stop, off. Slow your roll. Do we turn off these machines? I'd really rather this cycle continued, but it cannot. We gotta get the rest of the battery plant operational. But I feel like we just did all of the hard part. Like all this carbon stuff, this is crazy, this is a lot of processing. Now it's just the iridium powder, which is just the 2 shredders and the grinding unit. And because we have 2 of those stable carbon systems over there, that means we can safely run 2 of these systems over here, because we have a little bit of extra sand leaf powder. Oh my gosh, but Gibbets, what the heck? I blocked off one of the exits for this machine, which isn't the end of the world, but it inconveniences myself. We're gonna have to add in a splitter to both systems and then update the blueprint again. But still, No biggie. Wait, it's a biggie. For this one over here, the belts are able to actually scoot over other belts. Kind of like with a belt bridge. So the first belt can just go like so. Second belt, just scoot over like that and go to the next machine. But now this is trapped between the power poles. We can't bring these underground, only through the belts. But the pylons can be moved. Aha! Just gotta do a little moving and grooving. In fact, what I could do if I was really clever is I could have all this material go back into our depot here with the depot loader, extend our bus a little bit. That can save us a little bit of time on the belt work. Very clever, Mr. Kibitz. Very clever. It also brings us one step closer to ultimate victory. Because there's only one stage left. All we need to do is make a packaging unit and bring it all together to make our battery. What? 15? I thought this was like a 1+1 situation. That's not a 1+1. Each of these machines over here, it only makes one of these. Oh, but it makes one of these every 2 seconds. And this machine needs 15 of them every 10 seconds. So if you do the math there, I think that means we need one more grinding unit. But we can't extend the factory without blowing the grid yet. Well, ain't that a pickle? So then here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring it all together. Because I brought the sparkly broccoli into our automation core here for both storage and so we can send her back out. That way, although this system won't be efficient necessarily, it'll work. And if we get a couple of these suckers, we'll have a heck of a lot more power, expand the grid, and then we can expand the whole system. Last thing we need is a couple battery burners. And when I say a couple, I mean like a lot. So we will see how that all goes. Just gotta finish extending the bus. Then we gotta unload all the metal to be shredded down. All of the metal that I don't have, what? Why? Oh my gosh, we have to go mining. Where in the world's any metal? Is that a deposit? Oh my gosh, perfect. Low purity. Well, beggars can't be choosers. It is what it is. But at least the miners deliver directly into the depot. So at minimum, we'll have 2. And now we're out of power again. So you know what? I think it's time. We're gonna burn through all the power. One shot, one opportunity. If we can get this system running and we can make our batteries, we'd have all the power in the world. So let's give it a shot. We are way over budget right now, not good. And the belt from here to all the generators is ready. Oh, this is agonizing. Power grid, you just gotta survive. Good news at least, we have tons of this stockpiled. So we just need the system to start and we'll be in the clear. But we're down 10% of our power pretty much already? Okay. Oh, but we've done it. We have our first battery. Are we all powerful? Is it time? Give me that. Hand delivering the first one, as it is such a momentous occasion, and I'm also scared. Boom. Holy smokes. Makes 1,600 power, and that's total added to the grid. Whoa. Oh, we are so good. We are wildly good. Funny enough, though, the biggest holdup is the Originium powder. What we really gotta do is do more mining. Oh, but wait a second. I don't have to find any materials. I already have them. This is one area of one province. We can just go to the other province, to one of our other factories, like this one in the hub, and ship all of our goodies from over here to the other province. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. Send over the goods, thank you very much. Interregional trade for the win. Isn't that right, Andre? Bestest best pal, isn't that right? Isn't that right? Right. And so back here, everything is in order. We have all the materials. We're making power, at least most of the time. Look, the main battery isn't running dry, so we're fine, we're dandy, and we're cooking. Except this was all the starter stuff. Now that we know what we're doing, well, I went ahead and I made an even more efficient version of everything. So one huge new blueprint for the Arknight. Instead of having everything spread out like this, I compacted it together into this one machine where the power poles are in and everything's balanced. And then with all the metals we just shipped in, to actually make it work properly, we have to set up this huge system with the 3 grinders. So that'll be chilling over here. And the power grid is not liking these being set up right now, so let's move quick. Because once all of this is ready to go, everything goes back into the packaging unit to make the Wuling batteries even faster. Or actually just at like a proper rate, meaning no more power horrors. And I guess speaking of, probably only need like 2 thermal banks and this whole thing will be fine. And what I just have to do on my end is hook the last little pieces together. I have everything going to storages first, at least in this blueprint. So if things do back up, we'll build stockpiles. And we'll just have to bring in fluids as well, which means we need more Sith. Give me that. It's time to scoot right into a fluid tank. Woofers just everywhere is always better. I didn't actually hook this up to power, did I? Whoops. Let's just move this little lad right over there. There goes the clear drink. And the last thing was just to connect up the ore from our main bus. Look at all of this, eh? Is that right? Being produced out the wazoo. About to get all of the other materials. At least once this system overflows. Oh no, I didn't build a shredder. Always something, eh? Once the party gets warmed up, we have batteries for days. And the power? Well, that won't be a concern forevermore. So then, what do we do with it? Well, one thing you can do is you can make drinks. Kind of like I was showing earlier, there's lots of foods and drinks that can help you on your journey and in combat that are really, really good. So it'd be a very similar system where you could throw some seeds in here, grind them up, throw them into a reactor crucible, it's called. And with these, you can actually make 2 different liquids at once. So you know what, let's get it going. Just power on some more taps real quick. Just gotta do a little bit of infrastructure stuff, splitting the water out amongst all the friends. And the pipes just work exactly like the belts, so they're chill. And there's even pipe bridges for when you get different liquids moving and grooving all over the place. All right, soda pop being produced. We'll have that go out this exit, and then we can bottle it for later. However, I think that is gonna be all for now. So again, if you enjoyed, the game is out. You can play yourself by clicking on that first link in the description. And for now, have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.